Ever feel like you're doomed to die alone? Hexed to third wheel hell? Cursed by your creator to wander alone forever? Well, first, happy Halloween. Secondly, you're in good company. And thirdly, I think I have a few answers for you this week. Hey, this is Todd. Welcome to the Thrive Singles Podcast. Whether you're single again or still single, stop hating being single and learn to thrive. And welcome back to another scary edition of the Thrive Singles Podcast. So glad to have you here with me for another weekly episode. Last week I talked about scary things, and this week I'm going to keep with the Halloween motif and talk about feeling doomed, hexed, and cursed. Hopefully by the end of this week's episode, you'll feel a little better about life in general and about your single life in particular. I don't know about you, but when I was the last one still single in my group of friends, I didn't feel particularly blessed. Then when I found myself divorced in my 40s, I sure didn't feel like God had just bestowed some great blessing on me. In fact, I felt cursed. I felt cursed, abandoned, and forgotten by God, doomed to be alone forever. Anybody out there feeling me? I have a feeling I'm not alone in feeling doomed to die alone, or in feeling that I was somehow defective and could never succeed at marriage. I felt doomed to live the rest of my life alone, die alone, and never experience that reciprocal, intimate, lifelong love that I always craved. But really, in reality, the odds of it ending up that way are pretty slim. In fact, you probably have about the same odds of that happening as winning a lottery jackpot worth hundreds of millions of dollars. But for some reason, we don't lie awake at night thinking about winning the jackpot. Instead of thinking about that minuscule possibility, we dwell on the bad things that might happen. The good news is that it's not just up to random chance whether you die alone. You have a lot more influence over that than you do whether you win the lottery. It's a lot more difficult to die alone if you spend your time and energy developing relationships and learning to be more attractive. So instead of worrying about it, take steps to make it even more unlikely that happens. So, do you ever feel hexed to third wheel hell? Like people are giving you sympathy invites? Does it seem like everyone else is coupled up everywhere you go? Or are you tired of hearing everyone else talk about their spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, or fiancé? Well, welcome to third wheel hell. First off, even if you are invited out of sympathy invitations are still better than no invitations at all and sitting alone home every night. Secondly, don't assume people invite you out of sympathy. There's always that possibility that, just maybe they actually like you and enjoy your company and like having you around. Of course, it still reeks that everybody else you're hanging around with, is paired up and you're not. I get it. Been there, done that. But it's still good to be among friends rather than sitting home alone. But don't make that your only social interaction. Get out and hang around with some good quality single friends too. And get out and meet new people every chance you get. Also, remember this. Statistics say that if you want to, you probably will get married at some point. This whole third wheel thing is probably a temporary situation, even if it's going on longer than you'd hoped. And when singleness does drag on longer than you expected, do you ever feel cursed by your Creator? As a Christian, I wondered whether God still loved me or cared about me. I questioned whether I had committed some unpardonable sin that caused God to curse me with eternal singleness. I wondered if God had kept women away from me to protect them from some flaw that He saw deep within me. Yes, I actually had those thoughts. I could probably go back, look through my journal, and show you the places where I wrote about those things. If you're feeling cursed by God, first of all, it's just a feeling. But secondly, let me assure you that you're not. The Bible is full of passages that tell us things like, His eyes are always searching all over the earth for people he can show himself strong to. And taste and see that the Lord is good, and he rewards people who diligently seek after him. So if you're doing your part to do things God's way, then you can know for sure he has not cursed you. He will at some time, in the right way, the right time, bless you. And I know this firsthand. There's a reason the Thrive Singles blog tagline includes this phrase, whether you're single again or still single. Both of those situations are rough. And unfortunately, I've been through both of them. And I would never have chosen either of those, but, eventually, God brought something good out of it. The good news is, I live to tell about it. Those conditions weren't terminal. I know you've heard this old cliche, that which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, my experience says this is true. Staying single longer than all my friends didn't kill me. And being single again, even later in life, did in fact not kill me. Because I was careful to do singleness right, especially the second time around, it made me stronger. Using my time as a single to grow as a person, learn to be more attractive, learn to date better, and to learn how to have better relationships. That helped me thrive as a single, and eventually led me to a very happy marriage. But it took a lot of years, and a lot of learning, and a lot of happy singleness had to come first. So how about you? You ever feel doomed to die alone, hexed to the third wheel hell, and cursed by your Creator? When you do, how do you handle those thoughts? I want you to come over to the comments and we'll talk about that. Until next time, understand that feeling doomed, hexed, and cursed is just that, a feeling. It's not reality. Develop your relationship skills and attractiveness to make it even less likely that you'll go to your grave alone. Learn to be okay around your married and otherwise paired up friends. But also get out, make some new high-quality single friends that you can hang around with. And understand, God is not out to get you. If you're trying to do things His way, you've gained a powerful ally. And as always, till next time, thrive on. I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast. See you next week. Till then, be sure to subscribe and go check out my extensive archive of past posts at thrivesingles.com. And thrive on. Whoa, thrive. Yeah, come alive. There's more to life. You gotta grow. You gotta thrive. Whoa, whoa, you gotta thrive. There's more to life than to just survive. You gotta grow, you gotta thrive.